What's up, YouTube? My name is Braxton Hardy, back with the BustinVols Podcast. Today I'm joined by a friend of mine, Carter. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Like I told y'all, we're going to be posting a video today, and I'm going to have my friend on here. So I'm going to let him talk for a little bit and introduce himself, and we're going to get started.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Carter Smith. I'm Braxton's future brother-in-law. Been a Tennessee fan for pretty much my whole life, even though I didn't keep up with football there for a long time. I was always more of a baseball guy, so I kept up with baseball and softball and all that. But been keeping up with football for the last probably 5 or 6 years now. You know, really enjoy watching it every Saturday. I wouldn't say I'm a diehard, you know, but I do really enjoy watching it, and I do have some opinions about stuff, and excited to do the podcast, and hopefully I get to be here as much as I can, and but really excited about everything.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to just have conversations, like I said before, previous videos, and we had a little situation earlier a little bit ago. We were in the middle of recording a video earlier, and something happened with the electricity, a fuse blew or something. But we're back. We're starting again. But I think it's gonna be fun to just talk and have civil conversation, disagreements. We're gonna have more people on here, but today we're gonna talk about some topics that I think are interesting and I haven't spoke on yet, and may get his opinions on some stuff. But first and foremost, what do you think about the Chaz Coleman situation and NIL money?
Chaz was, he was one of the top ranked players coming out of the portal.
Right.
And, he did lead us to get a really good recruiting class coming back in. Right. Where we lost, last year, defensive wise, we were not very good. And we filled a lot of spots with that defense. Having Jim Knowles come in, implement his defense, brought a lot of them guys in. And, I think he was a really good football player. It sucks that we're not going to get to see him play for Tennessee. And, I mean, there's certain things, people go through, and I hate it. I hate it that he had to go through it with us, where I think he'd have been a really good fit for that kind of offense, and he'd actually got to display his skills on a bigger stage with the SEC, not knocking the Big Ten or anything like that, where he's playing Penn State.
Competition-wise, week to week, especially the schedule. We're going to talk about the schedule, but Tennessee's schedule is pretty tough,
Oh, yeah.
And there's tougher out there for sure, but, I mean, still a gauntlet, majority of the season is a gauntlet. It's going to be competitive. But I think, in my opinion, I think it's, I'm tired of seeing Tennessee deal with these things. It's 3 years in a row. Nico, Boo Carter, now Chaz Coleman. Like I said, I think I'd rather see Tennessee pay a walk-on or pay somebody that is more not higher ranked, that will play their heart out for fans like you and me, play their heart out for the coaches, play their heart out for, number one, must play their family. I'd rather see that.
Yeah.
And not get dictated by the money, because they get, they're our age, they get $3 million. Like, what do I need football for? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once you start throwing that kind of money in there at a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old or whatever, I mean, they're not mature enough to know the difference between, playing for the sport or playing for money. And when it starts getting to that point, I think it's more becoming like the NFL and that type thing. I don't watch NFL much until it gets to playoff time.
I don't either.
But when you start throwing $3-4 million at people, I mean, that money goes to their head. Especially especially a 19, 20-year-old. I mean, if I'd have got handed $3 million,
be set.
There ain't no telling what I'd do.
Yeah, be set. I don't know. I really disagree. I get it happens a lot. They gotta start doing contracts or something. And I get it's medically. He got medically let go, and smart move by Tennessee, because if they just cut him from the squad, he could have turned around and sued them for the money, the $3 million. What he wasn't guaranteed $3 million, was guaranteed $3 million if he played.
Yeah.
Which is still, we're talking about NIL for Chaz Coleman, but we can have a different conversation another day for NIL as a whole.
Yeah.
But I really think that it's wrong. I think that I'd rather see a player, as a Tennessee fan, I'm tired of seeing players that screw us over.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather see a less experienced or less talented by the these professionals that judge these players.
Yeah, somebody's going to play their heart out for
somebody that'll make the play. Like, even if their athletic ability is not as high, I'd rather see somebody that's going to give it 110% every practice. They're going to show up on time, put work on, their film study, whatever the case is, schoolwork, whatever. I'd rather see that and represent UT better than, hey, I want to stop playing because I'm dealing with stuff and he's not showing to practice, not even giving it a chance.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is for me. But.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, there could be something else going on there, but
could be.
I mean, if I was given $3 million to go play football at Tennessee, I would probably go. I would go play, and I mean, obviously, I grew up playing baseball, and NIL was not a thing.
Right. Yeah.
But if somebody had offered me $3 million to go play baseball, a sport that I love, you best believe I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play for that money.
I think it's a different aspect though nowadays, and like you can't just. I feel like I just have no trust throwing money at players anymore, no matter who it is. I think if their morals are wrong from the get go, and again, I'm not the coach, but at what point does it say, hey, I'd rather go pick up a player that it's not about money to them, it's about providing, sticking out for their name and the university. Yeah. That's what I think.
I think this one right here is kind of hit Heupel, the way it needed to.
Square between the eyes.
Yeah, because, I mean, we all knew going into this season we were going to need a better defense, and that's what Heupel went out and got. He got all pretty much defense.
Right. Well, I also, my dad and I talked about it the other day. It's, Jim Knowles comes in. He's bringing staff in from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
You bring all these different coaches in that have seen Chaz Coleman play. You scouted him. You talked to him through the transfer portal. I think if they had any inclination that he didn't want to be there,
there would have been something going on.
They would have moved in a different direction. Yeah. And I think that it was he definitely has something going on. I'm not going to slander his name, but at the same time, though, you got to work through these things.
Yeah.
Let's not throw our life, throw our scholarship, those money away because we're dealing with something right now.
Well, that $3 million could have went to another 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, we could have, instead of picked up, one Chaz Coleman, we could have picked up 2.
Yeah.
Not as high rated. Yeah. Again, in my opinion, I think I would rather pick up 2 less high rated players and have the depth. Yeah. Or go pick up an interior defensive tackle that we're struggling at. Like, I think there's so many things we could have done differently, but it's in the past, and I think we just need to move forward. And Josh Heupel needs to learn from mistakes.
I think he will. I think, like I said, this is the third year this happening. You hear the saying, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on me again, and then fool me 3 times, it's shame on you.
Yeah.
With the Nico situation, everything, it worked out the way it needed to.
Yeah,
it sucked not having him, but at the same time, we got Joey back.
Turned around and went and played for UCLA. Nobody in the country wanted him.
Exactly.
It turned out pretty bad. But,
and then the Boo Carter situation last year, it sucks. And like I said, things happen, stuff happens that you don't know about. And it does suck that, we lost 3 good players that we never got to see their full potential. But at the same time, you want to get those guys out of here because nobody's bigger than the T.
Yeah.
You don't want to have somebody. You don't want to have somebody come in there. It's like, well, I'm just here because of the money. I mean, when that happens, there's no effort. They show up late, stuff like that. You don't want that.
Yeah, I'm work ethic. Most importantly, I want players that are ready to I don't know how to explain it. Like an Al Wilson, he was ready to die about the power T. He didn't care who it was.
Exactly.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need a Hendon Hooker.
Yeah. And we've not had that since 2022.
And Arion Carter is a perfect example, in my opinion, of this day and age. These couple past years under Heupel of, obviously besides Hendon Hooker, but that had been from the get-go, from his signing day. I'm about Tennessee football.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care where we're at. We're building this program. I'm a VFL for life. And he went and put his name in the draft. Didn't work out. We had no roster spots, and this is a conversation about Chaz Coleman, but I feel like I need to express that this is what the definition of Vol for life is. And he begged Josh Heupel when he was getting money thrown from LSU, from all these top programs in his ear trying to pay him. He turned down all the money and to come back to play for the Power Team.
And that's somebody that's what we need. I mean, to me, I think this year, as far as defensive wise, we're going to be a lot better.
Right.
I mean, we got guys coming in that are freaking studs, and credit to Jim Knowles and Josh Heupel for going out and getting those guys.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something that last year we didn't have that guy to do that. Arion Carter was really good. Joshua Joseph was really good. Caleb Herring was really good, but those guys weren't Byron Young, James Pierce. They weren't those guys that go out there and be like, "Hey, I'm fixing to run down your mouth."
Yeah.
And it's going to take two or three. It's going to take 2 or 3 y'all to block me, but somebody else is coming right behind me.
Like a James Pierce. Yeah. Change the game.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have so much depth that they've got now, as far as secondary goes,
I think D-line we lack, and we're about to go over the roster in just a second. We're going to go over the roster and name what the spots we fill in the returning players, but I think Vols fans need to realize that we're deep.
Yeah,
offensive side of the ball, we're deep.
And another thing is too, a lot of our guys last year that were playing were young.
Yeah.
And a lot of them came back. Some of them hit the portal. They have to go where they feel like it's the best fit for them. Sometimes it might not be at Tennessee. Sometimes it might be like an Arion Carter who stays for 4 years. But to me, we were young last year, and we're not as young this year. We got a lot of guys with a lot of experience.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say our wide receiver room is going to be the oldest, but I'll hold me to my words if I'm wrong, but I'm biased opinion. But if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be the best wide receiver in the SEC.
I agree.
I mean, that is not a besides Jeremiah Smith, besides your Ryan Williams, besides your Eugene Wilson over at LSU from Florida, besides all these guys, when I look at a wide receiver room, top to bottom, there's not a single guy in there that is not going to the draft at some point.
An all around wide receiver room.
Right.
I mean, there's guys that were freshmen there last year that are going to get to play a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's one thing that a couple of years ago we kind of struggled like with the Nico thing. Nico, obviously he had some problems here and there, but he didn't have just that guy.
Yeah,
he didn't have that guy. Now he's got at least 3 playing on the field all at the same time.
That's got that it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shout out Brandon Staley, dude's a stud.
Yeah, Braylon. Yeah, he's tough. Yeah,
and
you compare him with Mike Matthews, and then you throw over Darius Rah Jackson in there, and you throw a
TK.
Keys.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Keep throwing and these Vols fans, I keep watching these old guys talk, and where we're off the chest, Coleman talk, but it's like we're about to get on the roster in a second, but. I keep hearing all these old guys talk when I watch these pods. They're like Tennessee, or they're different fans, or they're on 24/7 Sports, and they're they're either saying, "Hey, watch out for Tennessee," or they're like, "Hey, Tennessee's about to go downhill," and they're crapping all over Josh Hop on the program. And I'm like, are you serious? Like you're basing your entire football team, and yes, quarterback play is the most important thing in my opinion, but when you have every spot filled, it makes it a lot easier on whoever your quarterback is.
Exactly. And my thing with that is yes, quarterback play is a big thing, but look at the last 4 quarterbacks that's played under Heupel.
Right.
Hendon Hooker, Joe Milton, Joey, Nico.
Right.
All 4 of those guys came in knowing that Heupel was a quarterback coach.
Right.
Heupel's offense, if you run Heupel's offense to a T like Hendon Hooker did in 2022, it is impossible to stop.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, when you put up how many points they put up in Alabama in 2022? 59?
50, it's a crazy amount.
When you put up 59 points versus an Alabama team.
Yeah. Without the defense.
Without the defense
was awful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, I mean, and not all to extent. You had James Pierce, you had all these guys, young guys at that point in time. But I'm like, I'm just comparing the team to now and what I see and the players they brought in on the secondary and this transfer portal. And, I mean, our interior D-line, like I said earlier, it is not as good as I think it needs to be, but it's still going to compete.
Exactly.
But then when I go to the offensive side of the ball, if we have a decent quarterback this year, it is going to be a tough team to put up with.
Exactly.
And I'm biased, but at the same time, I mean, I'm comparing our teams to other teams as well.
Exactly.
If it wasn't how it is, I wouldn't say.
And two, I mean, and we'll talk about this more on the other podcast channel, the Big SEC. Y'all go check that out too. The NIL shape as a whole.
Yeah.
The landscape of college football's changed.
Right. It's even.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt would never be this way.
Vandy would never be this way.
Missouri, ever.
Clemson fell off the face of the earth once NIL became a thing.
Right. Yep.
They have, and I don't like downing people, but they've not been good. Dabo's not been good. He don't go to the transfer portal.
Right.
Nick Saban didn't like the transfer portal. That's why he left. Alabama hasn't been the same in the last 3.5 years since he was there. It's worked out really good in Tennessee's favor for the most part, and I think it's going to help. I think it's going to help this year, knowing that we got this Adidas deal and them giving us how much money was it? $20 million a year.
It's $20 million a year. It's valued $100 million to $200 million. It's
exactly
ridiculous.
Exactly. So when you start throwing that money in there, to go get out. And you can do what Indiana did last year and go out and get guys that are experienced.
39-year-old players.
Yeah. Well, maybe not get 39-year-olds, but we could get some, some guys that have experience playing college football.
Correct.
To make them come, like, that money, it obviously, when you start playing for money, like we said earlier, it becomes one of those things that kind of goes to your head. Right. But if you get people that play for the same reason, like Indiana did last year,
play for the sport, play for a natty, play for the team, play for the fans.
Fernando Mendoza is a great example of that. He didn't go there to play for money. He went there because he knew that they were going to compete and they were going to. He had a good team around him, and what happened? They won a natty. I mean, when you have people like that, I mean, look at Oregon too. Oregon's the same way. Yep. And I'm hoping that we start gravitating toward that. And, we came out with like a top 5 class, freshman class this year?
And I think if you look more on the focus of, which after I says, I think we need to get on the roster, but I think if you look, through other sports, basketball, and it's mostly a football channel, but I'm still going to speak on it because I keep up with it. Basketball and the baseball team are
number
top,
one.
Top tier. Yeah. Transfer portal right now.
I mean,
and then you look at the. I'm looking. I keep up with what Danny White does and how he's moving. You've got to compete with the other colleges, other top teams, and this is what they're doing. They're saying, "I'm not going to get high schoolers anymore.
Yeah,
it's strictly portal, and that's how you win championships."
Exactly.
So, I was looking. Tennessee's like 38th in the high school class this year. And that's not normal for Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel normally around this time is like number 8 to 10. And then he pushes real hard at the end. But I'm saying that all to say, I think that he is learning. He's having to adapt to this landscape. And it's going to be, hey, let's not target high school players and let's push for these guys that want a ball. And they've already got experience. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that these high schoolers don't need a chance. Yeah. Like Tristan Keys, if you see a guy like that or David Sanders which David Sanders is going to be a sophomore, but he went and got David Sanders, and he got Gabriel.
Faison.
Or the running back, DGG.
Please come to us.
You know what I mean?
For real.
So, it's like, you see guys like that, let's go throw money at it.
Yeah,
let's
for
go
sure.
Get it, and let's have them ball out.
Exactly.
But if it's to a sense where it's a corner and you need a corner spot filled and you don't see something particularly that matches what you like, let's go find somebody in the portal like we did this year, and let's pay them a chunk of change, and let's make it happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got to say on that. Let's move over to the roster. I'm going to read off the roster here. I'm going to get some feedback on that and see what he thinks. I'm going to tell you what I think. So we're going to start the offensive side of the ball. The quarterback talk for last. I think that's going to be a more bigger conversation to be had. So across the board here, we have left tackle David Sanders. I think that's, that's a good return for us.
Have you ever seen that guy in person?
No, I have not.
That dude is massive.
Big guy, I'm sure. We have at left guard Wendell Moe Jr.
I like him a lot.
Center Sam Pendleton or Pendleton. I don't know how I'm saying that.
He's what? He's a sophomore, is he not?
He came from Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He came from Notre Dame, over from Notre Dame. So I don't know what year he's in exactly. I want to say he's a senior. He's an older guy. I know David Sanders is a big buddy of his. Learns a lot from him. Yeah. You have right guard Jesse Perry came in, started a lot.
Yeah, he was the freshman last year.
He's going to be a sophomore. He started a lot of games last year. And then you went in the portal and you got a guy from LSU and Ori Williams, who is the biggest guy on the offensive line.
So who, what's like 6'10"?
Yeah, he's like, I think 6'7", 350. Like, dude's massive. But then we're going to go over the tight end. You have Ethan Davis.
That's a dog.
He is a all-out baller. He reminds me of Juwan Jennings. Yeah. And I think we need to use him more. But you also went and picked up, some bigger guys behind him, like Deshaun Brame. I think that's how he said. I don't know how his first name. No disrespect to him. But we got him out of the portal. I'm not sure where from. Big tight end. Like, if you watch Vanderbilt games last year, they really utilized the 6'6", 6'7" tight ends.
And I think he fits Heupel's offense a lot because we do run a lot to the tight end side. Right. And having guys that are out there to block, and Ethan Davis is a dog, don't get me wrong, but when you have a guy that's, he's as big as that guy is, it helps tremendously. Right. Yeah. But I think that's good. Both of those guys are going to see a lot of action. Ethan Davis more this year. I think you're going to be surprised. I think he should have seen a lot more last year. I mean, he was hurt for a little bit.
He's backing up the guy from Harvard.
No disrespect to Miles Kitselman either, because he saved us in a lot of games in Nico's year.
I was thinking more athletic scale. Yeah. Like Ethan Davis reminds me more of a wide receiver than a tight end.
And like I said, that also fits Heupel's offense to a T.
100%. Yep. Wide receiver we got listed here, and this is all off of, this is not a for sure starting rotation. This is just, I'm going to list 4 wide receivers here. The rest, I think, you have more freshmen coming in, but these 4 I think are going to be, your go-to guys all season long.
Yeah.
So Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, of course, you already know that. Both had big seasons last year.
And they keep leaving both of them out of like top wide receivers in the nation.
Staley especially.
Oh, I'm
coming in. I'm like, dude, I'm about to ball out all season long. They're not leaving me out of nothing ever again.
And he's so good. And having both of those guys last year freed up Chris Brazzell so much, and that's what helped.
Right.
That's what helped Brazzell get drafted.
Right. Yeah.
And and Brazzell's a baller.
Yeah.
So now you've got Matthews and Staley. And whoever you throw in that 3, whether it be Tristan Keys or Ra Jackson or any of those guys, it frees up those guys.
It makes it hard to if you have one good wide receiver on the field versus
they can
3.
solo in.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have one good wide receiver on the field, or if you're running a 4 outs or 3 wide receiver, whatever it is, it makes it hard for a defense to have to guard 3 good players.
Yeah,
somebody will be open.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be fun to see. We have Tristan Keys and Ra Jackson, like you said. Those guys, Tristan Keys not going to have a lot of experience, but he's quick.
He can move. He's like 6'5"?
I think he's on the shorter side. Ra's the 6'5" guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think he's on the shorter side, but he's fast. He's kind of a slot receiver.
I've watched a lot of his film.
But then again, I'm not for sure. I don't want to, somebody fact check me on that.
After we flipped him from LSU, I watched a lot of his film, and I'm excited about him. I hope he gets to play. I hope all these guys stay healthy, obviously. I hope everybody, I don't want nobody to ever get hurt on either side of the football. But when you have 3 guys like that, especially when I look up here at the screen right now and I'm looking at Mike Matthews, Staley, and Tristan Keys, that's tough.
Yeah, it's depth is not a problem, and even the guys that I'm not going to list,
they're still good.
Credit to them.
Exactly, they're still good.
They could go start at any SEC school. It's just, we got freshmen coming in as well that really blew me, backwards. Like I'm like, whoa, like this is straight talent. But anyway, running back position, you have Deshaun Bishop. Coming off a 1,000-yard rushing season.
Who was also left off the top 10 running backs in college football.
I don't really
college football. Y'all need to fix that because that's crazy. Dude had 1,000 yards last year.
That's a whole different topic as well. I'm not trying to play the victim game. I'm really not. But anytime, like Tristan Keys, for example, 5-star rated by everybody. As soon as he flipped his commitment from LSU to Tennessee, he dropped like 50 spots.
Faison too.
Yeah, same thing. So if I'm any of those guys that I'm not getting caught out, and I know they'll probably never see this, but if I had to say anything to them, and I'm sure they already feel it, but there should be massive chips on both of your shoulders. Yeah,
well, and you got to look at DGG too. Right after he had his visit with us, his rankings dropped automatically. Yeah, to me, that's crazy. I don't understand what they got against Tennessee. Obviously, they got something. I might not ever know what it is. Yeah. Neither do I really care, but leaving Deshaun Bishop off the top 10 running backs in college football.
It's ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy.
All right, over to the defensive side of the ball. At safety, you have Ed Reeves, or I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Ed Reeves. Yeah, I said Ed Reeves. I just always called him Farouk.
Yeah, Farouk.
That's how I called him.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
That's the best thing I can say about him. Yeah. Dog. Dude is going to hit you hard.
And he's all over the field, too.
All the time. Then on the other side, which they brought in the star, and TJ Metcalf. I don't know if you've seen his films. Dog. Dude,
that dude. Hard. I'm excited, and he plays the kind of football that me and you want. He plays smash mouth football.
I'm tired, and I can't say the words that I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tired of the sissy football.
Yeah, dude. Let's go ahead and hit somebody in the mouth.
I don't care if and I'm not all for. I don't want nobody to get hurt. But where's that Eric Berry? I'm gonna knock you 10 feet back. Where's that? That what's his name? Why did I forget his name? Number 27. I said it earlier.
James Pierce.
No.
Will Brooks?
Linebacker over the middle. It don't matter. I just forgot. It's blank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I
just said his name earlier. Like that football.
Yeah, for real. That's what we need.
Leonard Little.
Yeah.
He played with Leonard Little.
Yeah.
Like if any of you guys have seen older films of Tennessee when they were national championship, contenders for like 3 years in a row, you watched Smash Mouth hit you in the face football. I want to see that on every position.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to me, like, you know, not having Jerron McCoy back last year, I mean, that hurt. Now, was McCoy go out, slam me in the face kind of guy? No.
No.
But he played the way we needed him to play, and he saved us in a lot of games in 24. Not having him last year, it hurt.
Right.
But it also let some of these other guys that I'm looking up here get a chance to play, and one of them's ranked the number 2 cornerback in all college football.
No, one of them, I told you that we were at the Georgia game, and I looked at him, and the next guy on the list name's Ty Redmond. If you haven't heard about Ty Redmond, Redmond's starting. He started every game last year. He's younger than me. I'm 19 years old. He was younger than me. And I looked at him. We're at the Georgia game, and Georgia is absolutely frying him. And there's no shame.
No.
Like, we watched it. Everybody in the stadium watched it. Podcast talked about it. But I told him, I was like, he is going to be one of the best-rated cornerbacks next year, no matter what the case is. He got more experience last year than anybody I saw on the entire field.
And at the end of the year, he started
better each week.
Every week he got better. Right. And shout out to Ty Redmond for sticking with it. You know, dude, anybody put in his position
is on 100.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
True dog right there. Linebackers over the middle here. Jim Knowles runs 2 linebackers set up. I think we have so many linebackers. It's ridiculous.
I think we've got the deepest linebacking room.
I can't even. It doesn't do me justice if I don't
list all of them.
List them all.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's going to get a chance to play.
Because every one of these linebackers are straight up hit you in the mouth, run you over type guys.
So you have Arion Carter,
who led the SEC in tackles last year.
Put up 20 tackles at Georgia.
Crazy game.
That was ridiculous.
He came back. He actually came back after he got hurt and played at the Florida game, which I was at.
Yeah.
And he's a dog.
Right. Yeah. And absolutely stud.
I'm glad to see him back. I'm sure he probably will end up being the captain on defense again this year.
I think he will be the captain for the whole team. If I had to say the voice
I need that because he gets some. Have you ever watched his hype speech on TikTok?
He gets me chills.
Makes me want to run through a wall.
Bumps, yes. And to pair him up with Amari Campbell, All-American linebacker out of Penn State, and if you've watched him, he's a run-stop linebacker. And I say this, both of them are run-stop linebackers, but I say that to say we have such a deep linebacker room. Different linebackers play different ways.
Yeah.
These guys aren't typically the fastest, I would say. They're both very good tacklers, getting out in space and stopping the run. But you put Perlotti in there, Jaden Perlotti.
Man, you've talked about him so much.
6'5", the dude is a runner. He is fast.
That hit against New Mexico State where he met that quarterback in the backfield might have been the greatest moment I ever seen in my
in person.
Yeah.
Or not in person, but
watching it last year, last year. I mean, there was a lot of good things happened last year. Obviously, me and Brax went to the Georgia game last year.
That was not a good experience.
It was fun though.
It was fun until we got beat.
Yeah. But watching him play football is exactly the way you want to watch a Tennessee linebacker play football.
Right, yeah.
And I'm hoping that he gets a lot of playing time this year.
Right.
Along with the next guy right beside him.
Which is Edwin Spillman. True. I can't say enough about these guys that they have coming back.
Yeah.
Especially in the secondary. And some of these other guys that I'll list next are going to be covering the other corners.
Yeah.
But the guys that are coming back on the secondary, all of them play the type of football I want to see every snap. And I'm so excited to watch this defense more than the offense.
Yes.
And that's so hard to say for me because I've had so much fun watching these guys under Josh Heupel on offense. But I'm so excited to watch this defense.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be truly disappointed if it's, it was bad last year secondary.
Yeah.
But there's no way it's going to be.
I think there's going to be a big jump because a lot of these guys, yes, they play the style of football, but they also complement each other too.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I've watched a lot of these guys' films and stuff during all this transfer portal stuff.
Right.
And, no shots to anybody, but y'all missed out on a lot of guys. I mean, Edwin Spillman is he's a dog.
He does good. He's quick. He can stop the run. He can stop the pass. He can drop back in coverage. He does everything you need out of a linebacker.
Exactly.
And more. I think that's why it's so difficult that I have to sit here and I know he may not start unless somebody's hurt.
Yeah.
But it's still if he's in, I have no faith as a fan. I have no second guessing of my faith.
And I look at all these guys and I think the same thing. I hope that all these guys learn something under Arion Carter, who's been there 4 years. And I know our guy, Jeremiah Tielander's at the bottom.
Right.
And I love Tielander. I think he's a really good football player. I hope, he kind of embraces his role.
Yeah.
And I hope he doesn't get discouraged. I hope he sticks with it.
Yeah. 100%.
But I hope he also teaches these young guys the same thing, because Spielman and Perlotti are only sophomores.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of time left.
And I don't know, how old is Lamar Campbell?
I want to say he's a junior. I'm not really for sure. I know he may not be a senior.
Let me look at the
While you're looking that up, I'm going to name the other two.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
go
go
for
for
it. This up just a tad. Quay Moss out of Kansas State allowed 0 interceptions last year. Picked him up through the portal. And Kalen Lee out of Auburn, 0 interceptions. Every snap he would play, 0 interceptions. Both those guys, very good pickups.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be very good players to cover the corner. Much needed. Very excited to see those guys compared. And on the defensive line, I think we're going to struggle on the interior defensive line, but you did pick up some guys. Tyrese Withersby on the edge coming back. I haven't seen him play a lot, but I think he's going to be able to compete at a high level.
Yeah.
Xavier Gillum out of Penn State.
Who was also rated as the #1 defensive tackle in college football.
So I think it's going to be fun to watch. And then Davian Hobbs and Jordan Norman to finish it out on your 4 guys, your 4 big guys down in the trenches.
I'm glad.
It's going to be fun.
I'm glad Hobbs came back.
Yeah.
I cannot find this guy on here, but I'm glad Hobbs came back, because that kind of gives us some veteran presence there on the defensive line. He was hurt. He was hurt a lot last year.
He's going to be a junior.
I think so.
I think he's a junior. I want to say junior, sophomore, but he had a lot of injury problems. He was out some in spring.
Yeah.
Still dealing with that toe injury. But you have some guys to back him up. And
that's not including some of the freshmen that we've got coming in.
Yeah, Nathan Robinson. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Massive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to watch him play.
And, if some of these guys that are freshmen and, some of these guys we probably hadn't mentioned, if they come in, they step up, they do their thing.
I'm perfectly
fine with it.
I'm perfectly fine with it. But, all right, over to the kicker, punter, and kick returns. I think that I'll do just kicker and punter.
Yeah.
Have some time here. You did go pick up a new kicker.
Thank Lord. Max Gilbert, I'm sorry.
Sorry, dude.
I was there for the Georgia game, and I've never been so upset in my life.
That was bad. It was bad. Yeah, you're not hitting a 40-yarder. It was more like a 35, I want to say.
Yeah.
It was very short. Should have been a chip shot.
Yeah.
And every game, I felt like the pressure just got to him.
Yeah.
So you went and got the guy to Louisville
and look, guys, I know y'all probably thinking. I know you're probably thinking, we're bashing this guy.
No.
We're not bashing him.
I like him. It's just some point.
But sometimes, it felt like he needed a fresh start, because he got a lot of hate from a lot of Tennessee fans, and nobody deserves that. Because to be honest with you, if you put Mayor Braxton out there to kick a field goal, I'm probably going to shank it and probably hit the lineman in front of me.
Out here, I'm going to embarrass
exactly.
But and then you got the punter in Jackson Ross. Not much to say. He's been there a while.
How long? He's been there. I feel like he's been there for
forever.
I feel like he's been there for 10 years.
He gets the job done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really. When we're punting, I'm kind of going to get a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just need.
Shout out Jackson Ross though.
Shout out my man.
But we didn't talk about quarterback.
Oh yeah, quarterback play. That's the big conversation. I did a video on this previously. I gave my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him share his. It's either Fazion or McIntyre, and they brought in the dude out of Colorado for experience.
Yeah, Ryan Staub. And I don't know much about Staub. I don't know nothing about you. I'm sorry. I didn't keep up with Colorado last year. But you played under Coach Prime, so you must be
he's Prime's going to take you if you show
exactly.
He's work ethic.
It's work ethic. So, obviously, it's between McIntyre and Fazion. If it's this close still, roll with the freshman, to me.
Yeah, it's just me, man.
Because if it's still this close,
it tells you all
I'm not knocking GMAC at all.
I love GMAC.
I've not ever been around him, but he was there close to us during the Florida game.
Yeah.
And he learned. I'm sure he probably learned a lot under Joey. But if it's still this close,
what are the telltale signs?
Exactly. And it's kind of like we said earlier. Every quarterback that's played under Heupel in the last 4 years has thrived tremendously.
If it's decent, I'm not talking about a crazy like Mendoza quarterback play.
No,
you just have to play decent football.
Well, look at Joe Milton.
Yeah,
Joe Milton went from being a guy that nobody wanted,
right,
and he had a rocky start.
Right,
Hooker took over. They both were best friends. There was no hard feelings.
There should be no bad blood in this day and age.
No, and after that, Joe kind of took on that role.
Right.
And am I saying he was hitting Hooker? No. But he did have some flashes of moments where he was really good.
Right.
And he obviously didn't have he had some good wide receivers too, but he didn't have that guy.
Right.
His guy, Ramel Keaton dropped a lot of passes that year.
Yeah.
Squirrel White was his favorite target, and not knocking Squirrel, not knocking Ramel Keaton either. But when you don't have that guy to throw to, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
But if it's still this close, when we're getting this close to the season, the season starts in a month and a half. Mm-hmm. Roll with Faison.
I think that they're gonna. What my opinion is, and I don't know if I said this on the video or not. I think they're going to give them both opportunities.
Yeah.
Equal opportunities going into the first game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's not the first, or it's going to be the first game. I hope it's not the second game where we're not rolling in, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not the second game where we're rolling in questioning, because it could get,
ugly, quick.
It could be bad.
Yeah.
Because, again, like I said, I don't think it's all based on quarterback play, and your defense is going to be stout if your D-line plays good. But I also think that it's going to be very tough to score the football without a decent quarterback, because you can't always just rely on
the run.
Bishop to put up. And I do think he'll have another 1,000-yard season. I do, because it's just our offense.
Well, if you do that, you're looking back at like 2024 Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
Where Dylan Sampson's going to run it down your throat, but
going to hit the deep
ball.
By God,
by the time he gets to the fourth quarter, he's dead.
Right.
Because and not knocking Nico, but Nico couldn't throw.
Like he had arm talent, in my opinion. He just didn't, like, the way they talked about him. I was just not like, bro, this is.
Yeah.
The only thing I was impressed by the entire time was his pocket awareness.
Yes.
The dude knew when a dude was on his back. He knew when there was somebody coming.
Mm-hmm.
He knew when to get out, when to stay.
Exactly.
And that was the best thing I had seen. But I do think it's just based on, our schedule and things. I don't think you need to keep. I need my quarterback. As fans, I say this, I need my quarterback to have full confidence in his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with saying, hey, you're the starter, you're our guy, let's go rock.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Now, if they go and throw 3 interceptions in the first half, George, let's go.
Yeah. Next man up.
Next man up. But,
and, none of these Tennessee players will probably ever see this. I hope they do. That would be crazy.
That would be amazing.
But, if it gets to that point where G-Mac or Faison is kind of struggling with some mental things, go back to him and help him a little bit.
Yeah,
that was always something, growing up playing baseball, playing with older guys, whenever I was having a bad day, or, you same way. You play ball, you play golf. That's the hardest mental sport
golf,
out there
baseball,
to me.
Basketball.
But when you have those guys that kind of come up, and the leaders of the team, they come up and they talk to you, they help you.
Hey, get out your head. Let's go. Yeah, that's like
that's
a big thing.
That's
100%.
what, and we probably have the youngest quarterback room in the nation.
Oh yeah, for the SEC, I don't know. I don't keep up with other teams like that really.
I don't either.
But from what I see, we're real young.
And it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, but it could go really bad, or it could go really good.
And obviously, we both, all Tennessee fans, hope it goes really good.
I hope it goes good, because it's going to determine my health. But we're going to move on to the schedule. Try and keep it a little quick. I know we've been going for a while here. But we're going to run through the schedule. I'm going to list, and I think each game we're going to see what we think is going to happen. Try to keep it short and just finish up this podcast here for you guys. I've had a ton of fun so far. I don't know about you. It's been great.
Yeah.
But we're going to start first. Week 1, we've got Furman. At Neyland Stadium. It's going to be your quarterback tester game, like I was talking about earlier. In my opinion, I think it's going to be find out who your stars are going to be.
And to me, that game, if we go out and say G-Mac's a starter and he's lighting it up, let him keep going.
Let him go.
Let him go. Let him build that confidence up, because week 2 is where it's fixing to start getting testy.
I'm never putting a team like Georgia Tech at Atlanta, Georgia out.
No.
At Georgia Tech, they're either going to be real good or they're not going to be good.
They lost Haynes King, which was their quarterback last year, but that does not mean anything, because we have played Georgia Tech.
College football, I've seen enough to know.
Yeah.
You don't put a team out like Georgia Tech.
No.
And I'm saying that because I don't care what anybody says. It's not about being a Tennessee fan. It's Alabama. It's Ohio State. It's all these teams. You get caught early by one of these teams, and it's going to ruin your entire year.
Yeah.
So, especially with games you got coming up. But I think we're going to pick up a dub there, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think we're 2-0 going into week 3.
I think 2-0, and then you're going to go play Kennesaw State at home. Not much to say there. That's a win.
I think so.
I think if we get beat, I'm going to probably delete the YouTube channel and quit watching. All right, and then you got Texas at home.
This is where it gets testy.
This is the gauntlet starting right here.
I'm glad this game's at home,
Me too.
But this game's going to be tough.
It's going to be, you got Arch Manning.
They lost a lot on their defensive side last year. I don't know what they got coming in, but Arch is looking to come back and have a phenomenal season. And you go out and pick up Cam Coleman, who, to me, and I'm not an Auburn fan, to me, he's the best wide receiver in college football.
Right.
Besides Jeremiah Smith, forgot about him.
Jeremiah Smith is good.
Jeremiah Smith
yeah, he's good.
But Cam Coleman is right there with him, and I think now that Cam Coleman's going to have a quarterback throwing to him, this is going to be our first test for the secondary.
If secondary don't come to play and our quarterback don't come to play, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. So I'm
again, like I said, I'm tired of hearing about who we're playing.
Exactly.
I want to play Tennessee football our way. We don't care who you are. We don't care what star you are. We don't care how much money you're getting paid. Yeah. That's what I think. I don't care. Like Peyton Manning went and talked about this game already.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. I understand it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. He could show up in all Texas gear, and if I'm like any of the players on Tennessee, I'm like, we're winning this game. Like, that should how it be every time versus anybody.
It should piss them off, honestly.
Yeah. Like get ticked off about find something that irritates you about who you're playing.
Yeah. I think we pick up a dub. I'm
gonna say it's gonna be close. I'm gonna say we're gonna drop this one.
All right.
I'm gonna say we're gonna drop this one just because
I think it's gonna be our first tester, but I think it's gonna be a good learning moment.
I think it will be too. I think it'll be closer than people think.
Yeah.
But I think we'll drop it to something stupid.
Yeah.
Just from the lack of readiness. I'll say.
Yeah.
And then you got Auburn at home with Josh Golish or returning. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I
never count Auburn out.
I'm not going to count them out, so I don't really know.
Obviously, we know a lot about Golish. He was our OC a couple years ago.
Offensive coordinator in 2022.
Yeah.
And then he went down to South Miami or
USF.
something like that, and then win a lot of games down there by a lot of points, and then got this job over here. But I'm going to say we pick up a dub there. And you got the Razorbacks.
This game, which I don't know. See, I don't keep up with it from this point. Like, I don't know what Arkansas's got. I know they lost Taylor Green. That was a big loss for them.
Yeah.
Taylor Green's a stud. I mean, that dude's massive, too.
Right.
But I think at this point, we're – let me get 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to say –
I think we're 5-1.
I'm going to say 5-1 headed with Alabama at home. And I think this is where it's a light bulb either goes off or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And if the light bulb goes off, Tennessee, with a good quarterback play and good defensive line play, will be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This game decides it.
Yeah.
This game will be highly – like College Game Day is going to be at Texas. I know this.
Yeah.
But I think
it'll probably be there, too.
I think if we're 5-1 headed into that game, and my phone just died, so we got to pull it up. But I think we're 5-1 headed into the Alabama game. That'll really, play a major role in how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah.
So I think we'll pick up a major win there.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think we're going to absolutely rickroll them.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's what I think.
And then the next week is South Carolina.
Okay, redemption game.
This is my wedding week, so I don't know how much I'll be watching of this game. I hope I get to watch a little bit of it.
A little bit,
but I think this one is a redemption game. South Carolina's going to be looking for blood because they.
Yeah, I mean they're always something. They always.
It's always something.
They're always just pissed off or something. I don't know.
But they brought back Lenore Sellers, who to me is a really good quarterback.
And I can't stand their coach. I cannot stand their coach. But
I'm not a Beamer fan.
I think that we're going to be all right in that game, and I think that it's a redemption game, and I think that's all I want to say about that one. Because anytime I feel like I talk about them, something bad happens to Tennessee. So I'm not going to say too much. And then we got Kentucky at home.
I'll be at that game. Hope it's dark mode night for that one.
Yeah, Kentucky at home, November 7th. I think that'll be a fun watch.
They brought back their quarterback, didn't they?
I want to say that they had that freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure how they're moving. I know they're having some struggles, so I'm gonna say we're gonna pick that one up.
That's also a game that there's gonna be a lot of fans there pissed off because Lance Hurd will be coming back to Knoxville.
Yeah, that'll be a fun watch.
Yeah. I hope we.
He's the second. He's the second to do that.
Yeah.
Mincy went and did the same thing with Kentucky. Yeah. Then you got Texas A&M at College Station.
I think we dropped that one.
I'm going to say we dropped that one too. And here's where I said that I think we lose to Texas. I think this next game is going to be reversed. LSU or Texas. We're going to win one of these games and lose the other. But you have Lane Kiffin returning home to Neyland, and I can tell you right now that the talk all week long will get to those players in Neyland, and the stadium's going to probably be the loudest it's ever been, no matter if you've lost 15 games or not. Mm-hmm. So I think that we pick up a big win there, and we're going to be 2 losses, 9 wins with Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt, and we have to win that game. Josh, his job's going to be on the line. Not that he's going to get fired, but if he loses this game, hot seat is turned on.
Yeah, hot seat turned on. I think with the LSU game, though, obviously, I'm going to be at that game. I hope you are.
Yeah,
too.
I would love to be at that game.
It's going to be
insane.
And
genuinely crazy.
And I'm hoping we're going to have a couple more guys on this podcast here soon. A couple of them probably will be there too. And if y'all been watching the video and y'all notice and we're there, come talk to us.
I would love to be. I mean, that's a November game. We're in July.
Yeah.
That's a couple months. If we keep doing this and, you guys, we'll have to keep repeating this in later videos. But if that would be such a cool experience for me. That would be so fun. But I'm super excited. I think that we'll finish 10-2. That's my goal for Tennessee is 10-2. You've got a hard 10-2 to do.
Yeah, very.
I do not think 12-0 is going to be in the picture.
No.
I think bottom.
Unless something happens.
Yeah, I think high is 10-2, and I think bottom is.
I'll say 8-4.
No, I'm gonna go 7-5.
7-5.
I'm gonna go 7-5. I think that's my personal opinion. Bottom 7-5, maybe 6-6.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that don't happen because Josh, I don't want to talk too much because it's a different conversation. We can talk about that forever. But his job could go, And I
hate that because he brought us back from the break of.
It's true.
But obviously, there has been some times where he's made some questionable calls.
It's in this day and age, and like I told my dad, it's in this day and age, if you're not performing and you're not getting the team where it needs to be, you're out.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the truth. And it's not the fact that they can go find somebody better. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that I think they're willing to keep trying to find somebody better until it clicks.
Yeah.
But I hope not. I hope not for Tennessee's sake. Let's keep him. Let's win games. Mm-hmm. Let's keep building the program.
I agree.
But I've had a great time. This has been fun.
It's been fun.
We'll have to do it again. You guys check out the other YouTube channel, the Big SEC. It's pinned in my description. Click on my description on my YouTube channel. I appreciate all the subscribers. I'm seeing all you guys. If y'all have any opinions,
drop them in the comments.
Please comment. Put a fire emoji. Put, hey, how's your day going? I don't care what it is. Just comment something. That'd be a great, thing to start. And I want to see comments. I want a conversation. I think he'll even answer them.
For sure.
So I appreciate you guys, and y'all have a good one.
Peace out.